This is the After Talk. Thank you so much for supporting us at Patreon. And Luke is flying with a cracker. Is that a cracker?
No, it's a potato.
Oh, a chip. It's a
No,
chip.
you're both wrong.
Oh, it's a
Doritos,
Dorito. Come on, yeah.
It's how we call it here.
No, I want to eat Doritos, man.
How we call it
That's how they work.
Is there a Dorito RPG? Or a
Write it down.
RPG where you eat Doritos while playing?
No,
Yeah.
you play
Every
RPG. Yeah, every RPG you play.
Awesome. So, Luke, you are the head of games at Kickstarter.
True.
And I really want to talk about this, but I don't know really how.
How to endorse it.
So,
Yeah.
how to endorse it. So, Kickstarter. We Portuguese, we don't know. Me, Andre, and Bruno, we don't know why we can't do a project. Why Portugal is not somehow affiliated to Kickstarter. How does that affiliation system really works, and why?
Or do
why
you
are
know?
some countries? Yeah, do you know why there are some
Well,
countries that?
Let us. Yeah, let's double check here.
Yeah, like we have our friends in Spain that can make projects, French and any other country, but Portugal can't. We can't. We need to reach out to address from Spain or England or even France and
Or United States.
Yeah, or United States, as it happens. But somehow we Portuguese can't make Kickstarter projects, and
It's
really would want to know why. How
yeah,
to make that,
no, it's actually not it's not us anymore. We're down. We're trying to open up to as many countries internationally as possible, and we're stuck behind our payments provider, Stripe. And I really thought that Portugal had already opened.
I don't think so, but I might be wrong. I don't know where I
No,
check it.
I'm looking right now. Okay. No. US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Spain, Italy, Austria, Belgium. Yeah, goddamn. No, not. I thought that they had told me like 6 months ago, Portugal, but things have been really slow. It's not us in this one. For once, it's not us. It's the payments provider who just, for some reason, they were real fast. The first couple of years we were in business with them, and now they're just like, whatever. Because I would love to have Portugal open. I would also love to have Poland open, where there's a great game scene in Poland. So it's just very frustrating.
But is that a relationship between, is that some law issue from our country to the platform? Or because I really honestly don't know how the relationship works. Is there any way we can help? I think
yes.
No. There's nothing to do. There are some legal things. There are some technical things. It's not the biggest project, but really we have a payments provider called Stripe. You know, they process all of our payments for us, and they keep all the credit card information secure. So it's them. They don't have the infrastructure in Portugal, or they don't want to build it or whatever. It really is about Stripe. We have our kind of formula for international Kickstarter. You know, there's some resources that we have to add, like some localization and things like that. But sometimes we'll open in a country without localizing, just to get started. But yeah, it is about the credit card processor. It's not about us.
Oh, beautiful. I thought it was like any disagreement between law, a country law, or a platform, or the way it works, or that relationships. So it's all about the company that secures our credit card information and the payments. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. It's kind of sad to know that we can't do nothing to help that relationship, but we just wait. We can
we ask other people to help us reaching Kickstarter in another way. that's a possibility. I don't know.
Yeah, because we know that there are other tools of crowdfunding, but the Kickstarter is the head. Is the head of the.
Yes.
Look at the numbers: 93%, 78%. It's yeah. Indiegogo isn't near that, nor is a project that helps RPGs a lot like Kickstarter. So yeah.
But yeah, but there are other ways to go around that. We can reach out companies and do our Kickstarter projects through them. We see Brazil doing that, I think. Doing with we already spoke to Diogo Nogueira, which is an RPG designer, very old school, or OSR designer RPG. And yeah, he went through Gallant Knights, I think, the ones that make the tiny systems throughout the Kickstarter. Yeah, there's a lot of roads that we can take to see our Portuguese projects at Kickstarter. We would love to.
Yeah,
Also,
I know it's not ideal. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and step by step, it will be possible to make it. So, going back to the zine, as Bruno said, 93% is a crazy number. When you were first making and pushing the zine thread, the zine category, the zine thing at the Kickstarter, were you like you said, you design things for yourself, but do you foresee such a huge success at the zine aspect of the role-playing game?
No, my hope was that we would get 50 and that they would have a normal success rate. So I was hoping 50 and 78%, like 50ish% is normal games, and 78% is like RPG projects and Kickstarter. So I was hoping that they would fall somewhere in there. It'd be about 50 projects, and they would fall somewhere in the a very good success rate. So we doubled the number that launched, and we, got about as high a success rate as possible. It's.
Do you think it will change somehow the way that designers work today? Having that successful rate at zines?
I don't know. Maybe that's the thing, is like treating it like zines are so successful, or RPGs are. That's just a bad idea. That's just gonna get the community exhausted. It's just gonna lessen the quality of projects. So just chill, everybody. Just make good games. Like, go slow, make good games, deliver good games. Just don't come on. It's like Han Solo. Never tell me the odds, right? Don't think about that stuff. Think about making good games. So just that is the most important thing, is just making good games.
Yeah. So you think that the size doesn't matter in this case? Because the first time that I heard the term of zine, I thought, okay, it's a smaller game, so maybe it's easier for me to start. Is it a thing, or is just as complicated as a bigger game, or just consumes less time?
No, it is very much easier, lower bar. I quite deliberately tried to set it up so this is a conceivable amount of work here. This is like a nice staple-bound book. There's some, I don't know, maybe 100 words on each page. It's great. So yeah, I wanted to, one of the really hardest parts about getting started as a game designer is finishing.
Yes.
And, so you need to set your goals on something you can finish. So you just got to be careful. Of course you want to design your 1,000-page hardcover illustration on every page, opus, but maybe don't start there. You know, maybe start smaller and like get your feet under you and go. You know, Burning Wheel was like 200-page books, 278-page books or something to start. It was a lot. It was a lot of work, but fortunately, you know, I was kind of dumb and just did it anyway. But just like think about it not as like you got to go now, but like try like how can you have a sustainable career or even hobby like doing this, you know, for years, decades. Like that's one thing that's really helped me throughout all of this is of course like having an insane stubbornness to me, you know, because I just can't give up. I don't know how to give up, but also just taking a long view and just thinking like, okay, yeah, this is going to take 8 to do this, but it'll be worth it. Like 8 months is not that much, not that bad. When you consider like someone could play this RPG for years.
Yeah. We in Portugal we already have people designing games, RPG games, but we kind of feel that anybody knows how to produce them, how to put it out there, and it's kind of a little bit secretism in the launching of the games because everyone wants to keep them for themselves. And in last year, in our first main event in Portugal, our Roll Lisboa, that we put it out for the community, we set a goal for 2019 that would be the main goal was to at least have a lot of RPG designers putting their games out there. So this is why we are making Roll for Diplomacy our main program. But we want to have a lot of guests that give something to our community because we really have a lot of quality, I think at least, and I'm proud of it. And we want them to know and to understand the process of building a game, of designing a game, or knowing that it's hard work. But you told us just right now, the first rule is to set a goal and to finish it because that's the hardest part. So do you have anything that you can no I would do you have some rule or something that guides you through this process that you can teach the community that is hearing you in Portugal?
Well, I mean, one, don't listen to me because what do I know? But
just great.
Like you all know, like I'm a ocean away, like a big ocean away. You know, I don't know if there are small oceans, but I'm a big ocean away. I don't know what your day-to-day is. Like, I don't know how many. I don't know what the tastes of your community is, or what the influences are there, or what a good print run is for your community. But you people know, and you know, like maybe you can't say it yet, but you can, you know, feel it, and so do that. Like follow that feeling about what is a good RPG from your experience. What is it like? What's the best RPG that you can produce now? Like if you're printing 100 copies, great. Like if you print 1,000 copies, fuck yeah. But like there's no like hard and fast rule of like, well, you know, you're gonna need to use a hardcover or this kind of paper and like that, or like that you're gonna have to like, well, you better make it like a D&D 5th edition supplement, otherwise no one's gonna buy it. Like honestly, if you have an idea that is so wild, so out there that people are just being like, no, I can't even conceive of playing this, you're probably on the right track. You're probably doing something good. I mean, there are some legitimately bad ideas out there, usually involve like abuse or, you know, fascism. But short of you know, murder and exploitation, of other people. Like a radical idea is going to just be rejected by people, but it doesn't mean it's bad. And just because people resist it doesn't mean you should give up. You should, like, all the dumb shit I said in Burning Wheel that I had no idea was, like, I had to fight for like 10 years to get people to listen to me because I said things like, the GM's not God. The GM's just another player in the game. And like fucking just, or roll once. Like if you come up to an obstacle, roll once and that's it. If you're gonna roll the same skill again later, that success or failure applies to that roll in the future, because that's how well you're doing tonight. People were like, fucking so. It wasn't that they were like, "What is this crazy idea?" They were mad at me. They were mad that I would don't tell me how to play your game, Luke. Wait, what? So anyway, so if you've got to y'all know what the better game, the best game is, or like what the game, whatever. Like the game that comes out of like your hearts and like out of your community, that's the good game. And that's the thing is like that's the most important thing. And it sounds like you're heading this, but it's building up a community, is drawing people in, no matter how small. It doesn't matter if it's just 5 of you that get together like one Sunday a month, but like having that constancy, getting people together, getting people talking, getting people supporting one another, playing games together, and just grow that world one by one, and focus, because a lot of shit that can go wrong in a community, especially, so focus on the ideas, set aside your differences and focus on the thing that you all love, like, and be humane to each other, right? Like, you're always going to get somebody who likes to talk over somebody else or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you got to sort that out. But like, if you focus on the ideas, you making the best version of this game that we can together and challenging each other and supporting, like, you're gonna do it. You're gonna succeed.
Is there a right time to put your game out there, or in whatever state there is? Is there a right time? Can I have an idea and say I'm building this game and it just started, or just should I wait for a more development game, or with art, or with a full idea, or with testing, or can I just say I'm doing it and just showing the community? What's your thoughts on that?
It just depends on your patience as a designer. Like, some people like to design in the open. They like to throw half-baked ideas out there and let people play with them. Like Jared does that. Jared used to just have a list of half-developed RPGs that he would just post on his website. That drives me crazy. Like, the idea that someone would be taking like a broken game, that I know is broken, and that they're running with. Okay, I can't even deal. But at the same time, no game's ever gonna. You just got to let go at some point and just get it out there.
Yeah.
So, but like, I don't know, man. Like, our world is great and weird, and like, you just shouldn't be worried about like financial success or anything in that world. You should just be making a game that like follows the steps, like, that you can play yourself with your friends, that you can give to your friends to play with other friends, that those people can, like, once you reach that stage where like suddenly it's like friends of friends playing your game and they're using your rules, that bam, right. And then if you want to stop and be like, oh, can I make a product out of this? Like, oh, sure. You could think about that. But I mean, that's like a critical success. That is a fucking critical success if you can get to that stage.
That was beautiful, Luke. Bruno, do you have anything you would like to add, or?
No, I just want to if you know when Portugal is on Kickstarter, just please tell us.
Shout us.
Just give us a shout. If is there anything that we can do to help that process? That would be awesome, because we'd love to help everybody. we go by the rule that the community is our base, and we do everything for the community. We never thought that in last year we start the Patreon just because it was a thing, and because we wanted to do an event for Portugal, and we needed the money to fund it. But we never thought that it could be a thing. And now in 2019 we have a full week content, so we are very proud of it. So we understand that community is our goal for now. It's not the money, because it's not the money, of course.
It's the love, and it was really great to hear you, Luke, your wisdom about loving, about positive
sharing,
because sometimes there are really harsh conversations about your game, my game, about the way you play that game, and whatever. Well, it really doesn't matter if in the end we all have fun, right? But yeah, thank you so much, Luke. Do you want to add something for us, Portugal, for new designers, a new community that is growing day by day?
Never give up, and don't seek approval from anyone else. Do it on your own terms.
Beautiful, and those are the wisdom words of Luke Crane. Thank you so much, Bruno, for being here with me, and thank you, Luke Crane, for recording this after talk.
Big hug, Luke. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, and thank you, patrons, for making us able to make this beautiful content for you. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah.